Hey everyone, I have got another Art of Noticing process video to share with you. I hope you are continuing to enjoy these videos. I know I love making these pages. I keep saying that too, but I just really love them. Okay, so this one I am going to make is my daughter and just talking about our lounging day and just enjoying the simple things. And then family time, having a walk with the kids, and then playing a game with my son. I will probably journal on these because I don't include that in the process video, but I'm gonna journal and put these pages together. So if this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Sabrina. I am always making something or planning my next project. I am lucky enough to be on a few creative teams, including Coco Daisy, Scrap and Happy Studio, and Tracy Reed Designs. I also just launched my first big picture classes where I teach you all about traveler's notebooks, and I include 5 sketches to help you get started with your traveler's notebook. Okay, I'm gonna get started on making these pages. Here we go. So I'm gonna start off by stamping 3 of the sentiment that says stories, paying attention to the details of life. I haven't used that sentiment yet, or that stamp yet, so I wanted to use that, and it really is just kind of paying attention to the fact that my daughter was extra cuddly and right next to me like she was a toddler again. So it's kind of just what I journaled about in our lazy day, and just how she was pretty much hanging on me like a monkey. And that's just how the days go. I'm also going to take 2 stamps from that Art of Noticing to make a phrase that says this moment, and then I'm going to stamp it above the circle and below the circle. And then I'll stamp in a smaller phrase a little story about life. So basically repeating another design that I've done several times with just a big band of stamps across the middle. But one thing I am going to try is I stamped the cloud that says love this, but when you turn the cloud upside down, it's not going to look so great. So what I did is I got some washi tape and I covered up the love this, and then got my stamp ready to stamp. And then right below it, I was able to stamp, and it doesn't say love this. So I thought that was pretty cool. Now I'm going to go looking through my word sticker phrases, and I'm going to add a few, like little things, the days look like this, and then lazy days. And then this one will be pretty much done. It's that simple. That's my whole thing with this, is just to keep it simple and try new things with my stamps and different patterns. I'm just trimming the gray stickers so that way they're not too wide. I thought about putting it up top there, but it would just not add to the design. It would take away from the design. So I just moved it next to the cloud. Okay, adding the lazy days, and then I'm gonna move on to the next page, a family selfie. This one kind of turned into a disaster depending on what your stamping preference is. So I really wanted to use everything will be okay, because in the end, everything will be okay. It may take a while, but everything will be okay. And we're safe in our house together. So that's most important. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the stamp and I'm going to stamp it 2 times across the middle. And it didn't come out so great, but that's okay. And then I'm going to eventually put a sticker over it. And then my next idea was to take a 2017 Week in the Life stamp set and to kind of create my own pattern word background. So I took, I think it was 4 of the stamps, and I kind of lined them up on my acrylic block, and then I stamped them. Well, it stamped very crooked, and they were very far apart from each other, and it was just kind of a mess. But I think in the end, if I look at it kind of, in a different perspective, it looks just how like life really is. Kind of messy, a little chaotic, and it works. Because everything is okay. That's kind of a clear stamp image, but the rest of this pattern is a little messy. So I'm just going to continue to stamp the same phrases, and then I found a really old sticker from another Week in the Life kit that says, "Don't count the days, make the days count, and one day at a time," over on the right. But I've already moved on to the next one where my kids and I were on a walk, and they went across the middle and were pretending they were the Beatles, because we love to listen to the Beatles, and it looked like they were recreating Abbey Road. So I love this photo, and I will probably eventually blow up the photo large. Repeating another design I've done many times with a cluster in the bottom left and a cluster up towards the top right. I did a cloud, "Come on Sun," kind of reminds me of a Beatles song. And then I did kind of the retro looking stamp that says, "Here's the story." Then I'm just using some of the word phrases from the Art of Noticing. Feeling and discovering, and then adding in some gold stars. And then I'm going to add in some word phrase stickers, and then this one will be done. I just love this photo, and I love this design overall. Such a fun little design, and really walks are helping us so much. Just getting outside still now, what are we in, 2.5 months now? It's still helping. Got to get outside every single day. I am wrapping up this spread by adding the stickers. I am going to run out of that sheet of stickers. I just love those stickers. Okay, this one, I was so exhausted and I was just having a rough day. I took a nap and then I got up and I played this new game with my son, and it was so much fun, and it definitely turned the day around. And I am going to try to recreate the game with a tag stamp, and I'm only going to partially stamp the tag, and that way I can recreate the squares from the game. It's called Rubik's Cube, and it's really fun. So I'm just going to use lots of different colors of inks to recreate those squares around this page. I'm going to use orange and yellow and blue and green to recreate it. My tags aren't necessarily stamping so clear, but that's okay. I'm not too worried about it. Some of them stamp great and some don't. I'm also going to stamp a few on the right-hand side as well. I figure now at this point I'm almost done with a notebook, but if something doesn't stamp clearly, I can always use paper and just fussy cut it. And most of the time I've noticed that when that happens, I actually like the phrase stamped on paper and fussy cut better than I would have if it had come out stamped. I hope that makes sense, but it just has more of a wow factor when it's cut out of paper. Okay, so I just finished stamping all my squares and also the ones on the right. And what I'm doing now is I am going to stamp out some phrases on black. Hangout time, good stuff, take it easy, and one little story of life right now. And then I will fussy cut all of those out and place them in 3 different spots on the left-hand side. I just decided to choose circles since it was a different shape, and I made sure each of the stamped images had a little circle going around it. And then, like I said, I will make 3 clusters and add in some word stickers as well. There we go, one in the middle, one in the bottom left, and one up towards the right. And let me tell you, when I pulled out those word stickers and I saw that I could use an arrow and point it, I was way too excited. I feel like sometimes I don't get to use the arrow stickers, so I was excited to use an arrow sticker. That's how it is for scrapbookers. Get excited about the little things. And then I'm just adding a few more stickers, and then this one is nearly done. So I'm just going to make sure those are glued down. I think I had almost forgotten to glue that one down. But I added in a sticker that's the day of the week, favorite moment, true story right here, and then I'm nearly done with this one, and it is definitely a favorite. All right, so if you stuck around this long, then you have seen these 4 come to life. I love how they came together. So 4 different pages, and I tried something different with this one and recreating the squares from the game and then cutting out bold black sentiments. And then this one, I kind of picked out a stamp that matched kind of the Beatles theme along with the retro stamp there. and then creating my own pattern paper, even if it turned out a little bit messier than I thought. So I hope you enjoyed watching these pages come to life. I appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. I would love a thumbs up or a subscribe if you are new to my channel. All right, thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye.